in our clubhouse getting high. Super fuckers. Everybody wishes we would die. Super fuckers. Here we come like a bomb. Everybody fucking run and hide.
Shut up, it's me, Emily Vasquez, the greatest. No, Stephanie Vasquez, the greatest goth in the world. And Pen's done with this bullshit, so he's not here. But this is the emoji special.
Do you guys remember that one time where I like tried to fuck a girl, gave a note to her friend, and the friend gave it to me, and she said she wasn't interested? That happened to me once.
That happens to me all the time, but this is the emoji movie special, and I'm Stephanie Vasquez. Pan's not here, he's tired of this shit. But who are you people?
Oh, hey,
I'm gonna quit if this bit continues.
No, come back, wait. It's just me, I was joking, I was just imitating Stephanie again. Come back.
Any particular reason you're being fucking embarrassing right now?
I don't know, but like today's the emoji movie special. It's the premiere. We're at a Grauman's Chinese stupid
We're
fucking
not doing this shit again.
No.
Oh,
Absolutely not.
Oh, wait, guys, Creech is here.
Oh.
Hey, how's it going?
No,
everyone.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Wait,
Not a fucking again. No.
I love everyone.
Wait, who did Creech? Did I do Creech?
I'm not a racist anymore.
Oh, he did Creech, sorry.
I'm not a racist anymore, okay? So everyone stop with the accusations. Fuckers. But anyway, it's the emoji.
You guys know how Eric Andre has the worst talk show ever? Well, we're the worst podcast ever, but we're not nearly as funny as Eric Andre.
Oh, that's rude, Nolan.
We should get Eric Andre on the podcast. I bet he'd do it.
He's too big for us.
No, he's not. He doesn't have anything going on.
But yeah, guys, there's three of us. No, 3 out of the 4 of us. We've seen the Emoji Movie, and we're ready to fucking talk about this bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but before that, the next video is gonna be a recap on Comic-Con, because a bunch of crazy shit happened at Comic-Cons.
Oh, like what?
So should we even talk about Comic-Con shit here?
If
you want to talk about it, asshole.
Because I'm the only one who went to it, but essentially, I don't know, I was at the OKKO panel with my Pan Pizza shirt, and I was about to ask the question about stuff, and Ian Jones-Quarty just says, well, I asked a question, and Ian just says, oh, hey, Pan, right in front of fucking everyone, and I'm just like, fuck! I mean, like, I just, like, said, damn it! And, like, I thought the entire audience heard me say, damn it, and I was like, oh no, I said that in front of everyone, oh no. Although, the good thing is the microphone didn't catch onto it, but anyway, yeah. Exposed.
I have, a fan, submitted me footage of this, and if anybody wants to, I will share it.
Oh, but it was at the OKKO panel, so if you want to find it, look that up.
Wait, but you didn't do the Foamy the Squirrel thing?
Nah, I planned on doing that for the Steven Universe thing, but it was like, shit, this is there's too long of a line. Like, the Steven Universe fans just, like, fucking run at the goddamn microphone, just like, hey, wait, I didn't get to ask my question.
So, Rebecca, so it turns out that you're a racist, right? That concrete gem, am I right?
Shh, no, shh. Look. Come on.
That book wasn't in any stores in New York till like the end of the week because they pulled it.
Okay, well,
so the thing about the Steven Universe panel is that like Pan like literally texts us a picture of the microphone and goes, I think it's time. So he builds up hype in our Discord.
Yeah, he did. It was on
and then
Twitter
nothing.
too.
I kept checking back and forth. I was at something. Like I was busy. I was like, all right, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. I want to hear the aftermath of it.
Look, okay, if it makes you feel better, I did do the teen girl who just got off blank thing to a cartoon creator. You want to guess who I said it to?
Jonan Vasquez.
Yes, the creator of Invader Zim. I just like, it was an autograph line where I was just, I don't know, I just went up to him and I just said, yeah, but I don't know. I wish my little sister was here, Emily Vasquez. She's a huge fan of you, and she's kind of the teen girl who just got watching over this girl on newgrounds.com, and I just went on, and he was just like, had his arms crossed, like, just like looking at me, just like, go on, yeah, you done?
So, yeah, you were fucking embarrassing, my dude.
He was just like, fucking done with this shit.
Well, like my favorite part is you're posting like a little commentary of this whole stupid stuff you're doing at Comic-Con, and like even your fans
Yeah.
even your fans are like, don't you actually want to be in this as like a professional? Like, shouldn't you like not tarnish your name by doing a bunch of stupid bits in front of people and annoying the creators that could potentially get you jobs later on?
Let's be honest, they don't know who I was, so it's all right. And it was like that's not so bad. I'm not like, doing anything cray.
Well, no, it was just like that first like one where you posted a picture of the microphone, and I saw like your fans were like, "Don't do it, don't do it,
They were
don't annoy."
I think they were all saying, "Do it, Pan, do it."
No, there was a 50-50 split.
Well,
I thought you should have done it.
Okay, well, the good thing is I didn't do it, so it's all fine.
Oh no, you can't build it up and then not do it.
Well, I'm sorry I had a character development moment, just like, this is wrong, I can't do this, it's like that scene.
I don't know if there's a difference between a character development moment and wussing out.
Right.
Fuck you.
No, okay. So
it's not character development. It's like when the villain is there, when the hero is like, villain, don't do it. There's so much good in this world, and then the villain is like, okay, it's not development. It's always people say it's development.
Don't turn this into your Uncle Ben moment.
Okay. So just so you know, motherfucker, character development is when a character gets what they want, pays a price for it, and then learns from that. That's character development.
Well, no, it's just building.
That's a very specific form of character development.
I'm cutting out the middleman.
That's not the exact definition.
No, but I mean, like in general, when most storytelling, that's pretty common.
I'm cutting out the middleman. Okay, I'm skipping right ahead. Yeah. Like the important thing is I didn't humiliate myself in front of anyone except for Jonan Vasquez, so it's totally fine. Oh, by the way, so after I did that, like I was the last person in line, and I was about to walk away, and Chris, if you remember Chris from the podcast, the Inside Out is Overrated podcast, the one where they say Chris was the worst member. Anyway, he was.
Well, I mean, he is. So the fans are right for once.
Hang on. But he was telling
We've had worse on the podcast.
No, he was telling me like, hey, can you also use your autograph line position to like autograph this Invader Zim comic for my friend? And I was like, fine. And I awkwardly went back to Jonan and said, hey, can you autograph this? And Jonan was just like, he grabbed he got the comic and he autographed it on the front glossy cover, where it'll smear, instead of the inside like the other autographs. And like he gave it back to me and he walked away, and it was like, fuck. The important thing is he doesn't know who I am, so it's fine.
We need to correct this.
Huh.
Let's tweet him pictures of you.
No. Look, it was funny at the time, okay?
At the time.
I know.
Look, okay, it's not the worst fan interaction he's had,
That's debatable.
Trust me, it's not the worst, because like there's a one YouTube video, I don't know if it's still up, but it was basically someone at a panel at like InvaderCon or whatever, where some girl asked Jonan like, hey Jonan, what if someone were to like hold you down and tie you to a bed and other stuff, and that girl,
holy shit.
And that girl was taken out by security.
Oh yeah, that was me.
No,
I did that.
That was probably Emily. The important thing is I didn't fuck up as bad as other people, so that's all right.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
Yeah. It's all right.
To be honest, you're legit very embarrassing.
Yeah.
And every moment I spend associating with you, the more I disassociate from my own body.
Yeah. Next year, I'll be sure to paint myself green and act as Emily would. Just be like, oh my gosh, you're Jonan Vasquez, the greatest goth in the fucking world. Holy shit.
Don't
Maybe
you look
what'll
more like
happen-
Stephanie?
Oh.
Maybe what'll happen is someone will cosplay as Emily and Stephanie and beat you to the punch. Like, do it before
Shit.
you can do it.
Oh my god, if someone else has the same plan.
I honestly have had enough, and this podcast hasn't even gone on for half an hour.
Yeah, it's a quality podcast. It's the Emoji Movie special podcast. Who saw the Emoji Movie?
I did, and it's all thanks to my friend Spo, who's sitting right next to me as we record.
I think Spo owes you, because you told me, is it okay if I reveal this on the podcast?
Go ahead, be my guest.
That you had to see Emoji Movie because you took him to Ghost in the Shell, which is not a fair trade. I think You get to pick the movie next time.
Oh yeah,
That's what I'm
okay,
saying.
okay. Here's the fucking argument that Spo's giving out right here. Okay, so he said, "All right, I'll go see Ghost in the Shell with you, but you have to either see Monster Trucks or Emoji Movie." I didn't want to see Monster Trucks, so I said, "Fine, I'll see the Emoji Movie because."
Oh, bad trade. Bad
Aw.
trade. Should have done Monster Trucks. Monster
Oh,
Trucks has
shut the
preach.
fuck up!
It's your fault, motherfucker.
Shut up! That's like saying, "Oh, how do you want to die? Do you want to get your limbs chopped off and then like have lemon juice poured into the open wounds, or would you rather be disemboweled?" There's no winning. There's absolutely no winning. It's both equally as terrible.
Yeah, everything sucks. So, Nolan, how'd you like the Emoji Movie?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. It's not like apocalyptically bad like all the reviewers are saying and being sensationalist, but it is honestly, as a person who adores animation, it's honestly one of the most soul-crushing experiences I've ever had.
Yeah, it's really bad.
My name is Gene, and I'm supposed to be a meh. You know, like, meh, who cares?
Meet Gene.
Check this out.
Son, please tell me you weren't laughing just
I
now.
mean, goddamn, like I went on a Saturday afternoon and like the theater was pretty filled up, like about 70% filled with families and stuff. And like there was like, I kid you not, about 6 laughs in the movie. Like it wasn't like a group laugh from the entire theater. It was like interspersed, like 2 or 3 people laughed in this moment and 2 and 3 people laughed here. It was just like fucking dead.
I mean, there was nobody left in the theater I went to, but there was no one there. It was like 5 people. Actually, people laughed during the Gendy short, the Hotel Transylvania short.
That was cute.
A short before the film, but with a short of Hotel Transylvania where Dracula from Hotel Transylvania gets a puppy and it's called Puppy, and Mavis is there and she's
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, I think that was better than the Emoji Movie.
Well, I mean, and also Gendy knows how to animate, and
Yeah.
the short was like really, really good.
Mhm.
Like animation-wise, it was very kinetic.
Yeah.
Had a
Yeah,
lot of
I
posing
think the-
cinematography.
The flow of the animation worked probably better than either of the previous Hotel Transylvania movies. Like they were perfecting it even since the second one, which was like, what, almost 2 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they're doing a third one, which every time they're like, he won't do another one. And he's like, I need a job, guys. And I'm like, all right.
Dicks.
Do Symbiotic Titan. Do it.
You know, what's the deal with like people keep saying Popeye was canceled, so they made Emoji Movie, but I thought
That's not
Popeye was
true.
canceled. Yeah, Popeye was canceled way before there was an Emoji Movie. Like,
Popeye was canceled because Amy Pascal won't leave a project alone.
well, no, Amy. Here's the thing: is like, I know after the Sony hack, everyone was like, you know, Amy Pascal is a great studio head and Sony's a great studio. Fuck that, because before that hack happened, they released The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So anyone who's like, Sony was a great studio, Sony did this, Sony was the worst studio of any movie studio. And suddenly, like when they got hacked, they were like, "Oh no, they weren't that bad. They were pretty good." And it's like, it's bullshit. They're still a bad. I mean, they made the Emoji Movie and they budgeted it away so it will make money. It cost about $50 million. So, and it made like what 25. Dunkirk beat it, thankfully for number. It's not number 1, but it still was number 2.
Which is
And-
inexcusable.
We're number
Yeah.
2. We're number
But it-
2.
Shut
It's-
up.
it's gonna make money. So there's a theory I read online about that Patrick Stewart's poop character actually gave birth to the baby poop in the bathroom because they're like, well, what are the poops poop or
Oh
exert?
my god.
So is the baby poop the dad's poop?
Oh
I
my
honestly-
god.
Or what is
Fucking
gender
believe we're
with
talking
poop?
about. Okay, no. Okay, everybody shut up for a second. I want everybody to just think about this conversation we're having. Have you ever, in your life, ever thought you would talk about Patrick Stewart voicing poop, giving birth to poop?
Well, that's-
This is what the Emoji Movie has done. This is the type of conversations the Emoji Movie has given us.
the Patrick
I like to
Stewart-
note that I have yet to participate in this conversation because I refuse.
Good.
You're a better
Get out of
person.
here. Go.
No, the
Leave.
Patrick Stewart poop thing, they shouldn't have told everyone that in advance. That was a huge, because that is like their only stunt casting thing that people always mention, and they should have just waited. And then if I had seen the movie and been like, wait, is that Poop Patrick Stewart? That would have been a surprise. But I knew about it like what, a year ago or something? Like we've known about it for a while. This is stupid. Like they should have waited.
Yeah.
How much is he in the movie?
He's like a little
not
gag
very-
character who shows up every so often.
It's
Okay,
stunt.
I assumed it was the one. I assumed it was that one bathroom scene.
Yeah, that and a few others.
It's pretty much that joke over and over again where they'll make, poop jokes.
Yeah, but let me explain this stupid ass plot. Basically, it's one of those stories where it's like, hey, the character it's his first day on the job and he's clumsy and he breaks a bunch of stuff and he's rejected by society and he has to find his purpose, and somehow, I forget why, but he has to fix himself by going to Dropbox, like the app Dropbox.
Yeah.
I don't know, and the hand emoji tags along, and they have this hacker girl emoji, and together they go on this adventure, but there's a lot wrong here. Like, first off, okay, so the space between all the apps in your phone, like the little borders between the apps, just the empty space. Those are basically hallways in this movie, and they could just walk through them. There's nothing there. There's no people walking around there, but that's how they walk to these other apps, which inside the apps, there's a whole nother world in there. And they say, like, hey, we gotta go into Just Dance and cut into this one and take a shortcut into this one, when they could easily just walk around all these apps and go directly to Dropbox.
That's not even the that's just one of the many problems with this fucking story. So the problem the main emoji Gene has is that he's special. Mm-hmm. He can do every emoji he wants.
He's the Avatar.
He's basically an emoji Mary Sue. That's what he is.
No, he's the Avatar. That's what he is.
And instead of realizing, hey, we could use this. This has potential to be a good thing, because everybody is so short-sighted in this world that an emoji that can do every emoji would be very useful, but no, it's not. It takes them a whole movie to learn a lesson. And that's also just one of the many other fucking things wrong with this. So This movie also encourages piracy.
Yeah.
This movie legit encourages piracy.
Yeah,
there's a jailbroken app, and they use it as a plot point to further the story, and it's a useful thing. Okay, and another problem is, so the whole I guess, I don't know, I guess smoking gun would be the appropriate term. I'm not entirely sure, but essentially what gets the story going is the Gene, the Mary Sue emoji, makes a face that the kid didn't want to send to his crush. Yeah. And so this makes the kid think, oh, my phone is broken. I'm going to go take it to the phone store.
Why didn't he? One of the biggest problems with this movie is, why didn't he turn his phone off and on again? Like, why didn't he do that? Like, I don't understand why that never happened. Like, and then it could have been a funny gag. Like, he's like, oh, I'll just turn it off. And they all like freeze and have to be refreshed, and they can talk about how they feel better that they restarted it or something. I don't know. It could have been, but it still happened. It could have been a quick sight gag.
This kid has too much effort put into this stuff. Like, if there's a single problem on your phone, you're not going to instantly go to the frickin' Apple store and the Genius Bar.
Well, do kids care that much about... Well, also, it's a Sony phone. It's not an iPhone.
Yeah.
Because it's a Sony movie. But do kids, are they texting their crush? Are they like, I need to have the best emoji? I mean, is that
They're not. No.
Is a girl like, I'm going to totally have sex with you if you have this kind of emoji or something?
Jim, the kid's 15.
He pisses me off about
kids
this movie.
have sex when they're 15.
Next topic. Hey.
No, I'm not saying... Okay.
Maybe if Jim let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway.
I gotta reply to Addie's text. What should I do?
Be chill.
What?
Send her an emoji.
Okay, be cool.
Welcome to the secret world inside your phone.
Essentially, the whole crux of this is the teenager, he just doesn't know how to express himself. And the stupid thing is, if it was like, if they were like, oh, they're pen pals, or oh, she lives in another country or state or something, you know, that makes sense. Then it's kind of a better excuse to be like,
Yeah.
hey, I want to figure out how to, you know, properly emote myself. It'd still be dumb, but it would at least be, you know, tolerable. But here, she's in the same class as him. She sees him everywhere she goes. There's no excuse for her to fucking be like,
Yes, I
for
mean,
him
like,
to-
they fucking, like, okay, this is like a weird reality where apparently you can just have your phone out in the middle of a high school during class. Like, no, the teachers don't seem to care, and, like, you're right, Nolan. It would have worked a lot better if it was, like, about a long-distance relationship, but no, it was just some chick who was literally 5 feet away from him, and he could just talk to them.
Yeah, you could just talk to her. And it just baffles me that and also this is where it gets, it's like at its peak worst, is where he's in the phone store about to reset his phone, which, by the way, if I may go off on another tangent super quick, you can factory reset your phone without having to go to the phone store.
Yeah.
I would know, I had to do it. So you literally have this deadline, like this timer set on this world for no reason.
Also, this
You
is
could just
this is a Sony store, like a Sony phone. Is there like a Sony phone store that acts like a Genius Bar, like the Mac thingies? You know, is that a thing?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I'm really confused by the term genus bar.
Oh, it's the thing. It's the hipster thing. You won't get it, but essentially, you go to the Mac store, and then there at the back there's the Genius Bar where they say, "Hey, fix my laptop or iPad or whatever."
You mean the Geek Squad?
No, that's Best Buy. Geek Squad's Best Buy.
Oh.
Yeah, but like apparently, I don't know why did this kid just I don't know, this kid just got fed up with his phone where he said, "Look, delete everything, fuck everything, everything's terrible." And it's just like, "Hey, just chill out, kid. What's your problem?" I don't know. This kid,
I mean, again, yeah, he could just factory reset his phone if he really wanted to.
I mean, at least back up your stuff.
Questions from the person who hasn't seen the movie.
Mhm.
So are all the phones connected?
No.
No, they don't go to anyone else's phone. It's just on it. Although that would have been, since they're already sort of ripping off Inside Out, why didn't they do a scene like that?
Yeah.
Like each of the emojis they don't even do that in it. The emojis don't even represent this kid.
No.
Because they are sort of trying to do Inside Out, but like way worse.
They're mass produced. They're all the same.
No, I know they're mass produced, but that would have at least give it something interesting. Like you end up imprinting yourself on your phone or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm trying to fix the Emoji Movie. I don't know what is wrong with me, but
So, like, I mean, if the hero's journey is about Gene learning to be okay with himself and having multiple emotions, does that mean like every phone has a Gene? And then like,
you're exactly right. It raises too many fucking questions.
Yeah.
no, I think Gene is like Neo, and when Gene escapes, he will bring upon the revolution of emojis to take over us all. I think that was what they were saying.
I'd watch an Emoji Movie if it became a fucking Matrix parody.
Yeah, because
I know you're listening. I'm gonna show these people something you've never seen. A new emoji. An emoji with a bunch of different expressions.
will the
Animated
sequel be
emojis
called-
be amazing.
It's called Emoji Reloaded.
Wake up! Raise Against the Machines.
Emoji Bullet Time.
Directed by the Wachowskis.
Although I do like that Stephen Wright was the dad emoji. I thought that was really good. That's the only part I liked.
I mean, there's one thing I did like is the villain was the smiley emoji, like how she was perky, but she was basically Barbie from Toy Story 2, where she was just like, has to be too happy. I liked her at least.
She's
was
just an archetype. There's no creative archetype whatsoever in this movie.
No.
Every single thing in this movie is recycled from something else. There's not like an original idea or like concept or amalgamation of concepts.
No.
It's all just
It's the Book of Adam of movies.
I mean, it's mainly
also, fuck
just
Adam Ellis. I hate him.
a lot of advertising because it's like Twitter, Crackle's in there, Facebook, Dropbox.
Every world they go to, every single world is an app. It's an app that exists.
Yeah.
But Dance Revolution isn't a video game;
No.
it's an app.
Just Dance. Is that an
Just
app?
Dance. Yeah, it is now.
Just Dance
So, like,
app.
The Emoji Movie. I know it's unrelated to. Okay. There's a couple of things that you guys were talking about. We kind of jumped topics, but I wanted to talk about Sony at a moment. There was a moment in time where I thought Sony was like the animation studio because like they were doing Hotel Transylvania. They had done. I think they did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So like out of all the animation studios compared to like say Pixar or DreamWorks, they were actually making animation that's actually exciting and fun to watch versus like trying to look like semi-realistic but with stylizations.
Yeah.
But you know, like they actually had fun, fluid animation. So I was like, this is the studio. And then they canceled Popeye and it got less interesting. But unrelated to the Emoji Movie, but kind of similar plot lines is like, I'm really worried about Wreck-It Ralph 2. Because they're like, they're doing we're going to the internet, and it sounds like it could fall into all the traps that we're talking about here, where it's just nothing but product placement. And I mean, it's kind of genius on Disney's side, where it's like, okay, we can either pay people to use their characters like, you know, video games, or we can get endorsement deals by getting, you know, businesses and brands to let us put their stuff in our movie.
I actually kind of wonder if that's how Emoji Movie's budget was so low, because they got Twitter and Facebook and Dropbox to like pay $1 million to be in the Emoji Movie, and you have enough or Candy Crush, and you have enough companies in there that you could have like made a pretty big dent in your budget before getting released. I don't know. I have no like
possibly, but
I don't know how much. They might have just said, could we please just use your thing? But it's still like free advertising, you know.
They were too busy asking if they could, not if they should.
Well, that yes.
I love the way you delivered that.
I mean, like, my favorite scene in the Emoji Movie. Well, it's a long stretch of scenes, but essentially, the jailbait emoji, the blue-haired girl.
Jailbait.
Jailbreak.
I thought she was called Wild Style.
Yeah.
That's the Lego Movie, Jim.
My favorite emoji characters: Jailbreak, Wild Style,
Pac-Man,
Frozen Yogurt.
Okay, but essentially, so jailbait emoji, like they're dancing, and then someone knocks off a jailbreak emoji's hat, and it's revealed she's a princess. And when I saw
spoilers,
yeah, when I saw that, I was like, okay, like there was no real shock to it. I mean, like maybe if early on in the film they said something like there's been a princess missing or something, like in the news or something, but no,
they said how she got out.
Yeah,
and out of Dropbox, and how supposedly Jailbreak was a different person than the princess, and that Jailbreak helped the princess escape into Dropbox. But it turns out that, well, see, that's the other thing, is like they don't get into how it's like.
I don't remember this at all.
I mean, it's just like, hey, she's a princess. Okay, I mean, it plays on later, but like there's no build up to it. Like it probably would have worked better if it was like in the beginning they mentioned like a princess was missing. By the way, you guys know what the fucking princess emoji, like you think that thing would like rule over a kingdom or something? No.
Yeah.
Why is she a fucking princess? She's just a princess emoji, but she has no power.
Yeah, that's a plot thread that goes nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's only really there just to say like, hey, the first set of emojis were either princesses or brides, but I wanted to be different, you know? They want to have
This is a very progressive feminist movie.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't really think about why they used their plot structure. They just picked it and kept going towards it without thinking about how that had any relationship to the characters. So it's like the reverse of Pixar. Pixar will go over a plot and over it and make sure, you know, certain characters work within it. And this one, it looked like they're like, I mean, that's what we should do, so fuck it. And they just like kind of wrote it in a weekend.
I don't know what she's complaining about. Princess Bride was a great movie.
But I mean, it was basically just like, hey, here's a bunch of ideas and let's not flesh them out at all. But throughout this film, like it's a running gag where the character's saying, so if you're a princess, can you like whistle and summon birds? And she repeatedly says, no, that's just a stereotype, shut up, real princesses.
That was not a funny joke. Like this is like we are post Shrek. We don't need these kind of dumb princess jokes no
Yeah.
more. Like it's not working.
Right.
And that,
And then the dumb princess joke.
I was gonna say it's like the last like 5 Disney princesses have been like Sorry, I've been drinking.
No, that just sounded funny. They're like, this is my friend Disney. So,
yeah, but all the Disney princesses, they're all badass, like take care of themselves types.
Yeah.
But that stereotype doesn't exist anymore. I mean, like it might be like an older thing, but at this point, it's now an exception to the rule than the standard.
yeah.
Well, they in each of those movies they have to comment on it too. Like in
Yeah.
Moana and Frozen and Tangled. Like I would honestly like to see a princess thing without them saying how like I'm a princess, but I'm like just do it. Like I don't need to hear that shit anymore.
Yeah,
It's like,
after Shrek, like Disney became ashamed of fairy tales and 2D animation.
like that was kind of when I first saw Tangled. It just to me feels like very much like, well, we want to do this, but Shrek happened, so we have to do it this way, and it is very winking that whole movie. I mean, it bugged me more in Tangled than in Frozen or Moana, because I think in the intro he says something like and a princess, and he says something like, and I'm like, what if I'm a 5-year-old? Then I don't like fucking what? Like.
So, my favorite thing about Tangled is that at the school that it was a surrounding school, but I went to a lecture by one of the story editors for Tangled, and they were talking about how the story wasn't working for so long until they added Pascal into the story. And like he's apparently a really late addition, because like up until like for 2 years the story was Rapunzel basically was like drawing faces on inanimate objects so she had someone to talk to.
That's
so like
sadder.
Right. Yeah. Like the more you described it, it just sounded like she was fucking nuts. So they added Pascal so that she would have a buddy to bounce off stuff, so she wouldn't be like deranged.
Oh my god, I want that version.
Yeah, that sounds funny.
Wasn't that is like the most expensive Disney movie because it was in development for so long? It costed like $270 million or something.
It's like 3 movies worth of production. Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
like they had a lot of problems with that one, and it was like because when I heard the final budget, I was like, "Holy shit!" Because didn't they? I think Lasseter even said, "I think this is the last princess movie," because they're all kind of just like pissed off and sick of it
Fuck
by
this
the
shit.
end. But then they were like, well, I mean, it made a lot of money, so who cares?
Yeah. It was like they just needed a break.
Yeah.
Tangled did well, but like I don't think it made back its money, or not. Like it's one of those things where like it had so much development hell that it was never going to be like a success financially.
Yeah,
like
but
it just only like lessened the blow. But
I mean, it might not work out just because Disney movies make so much in merchandise and theme parks, and there was still DVD sales then. And
but
like,
also,
I'm sure it probably worked out. I don't know.
It just released a TV series.
Yeah. I mean, it brought back the brand because before that, like, Princess and the Frog did not really do well, and Tangled at least was like looked successful, So I mean, just because it cost too much, that it wasn't.
It's a shame that theater goers are racist.
Well, I think that was probably a little bit.
Jim,
It was
Jim,
Avatar.
nobody wants a black Disney princess. Stop trying to justify this racism.
No, I'm not saying I agree that they did that. I think they should. What didn't it come out right around the time of Avatar?
Yep.
Like they should. It came out right before, and they should have like either put it out a lot earlier or later. It was just like too much of that 3D stuff, and that's all. Like literally, even like, have you watched that Clash of the Titans movie? That thing made money because of 3D. It was.
Oh my god, I saw that shit midnight released.
It got a sequel.
What, you saw it like just because you were bored at midnight?
Oh no, well,
going at midnight?
I don't know, cause like, okay, well,
I just want to clarify this.
I tagged along with my cousin because we were like, hey, let's go see the midnight premiere of this with her friends and stuff, and it's like, ooh, it's in 3D because like Avatar came out, and like, ooh, this is also in 3D. This gotta be good, and that was fucking boring. Like, it was one of those movies where like they put post 3D because Avatar was successful, so they added 3D on, like, and they delayed the movie for a week, and it looked like fucking shit. Like, everybody looked like cardboard cutouts in front of more cardboard. The 3D did not work.
Post conversion can work if you give it a lot of time.
Yeah,
but like they did not give it any. Like the second or the last Harry Potter, whatever part 2, Deathly Hallows part 2, they like literally held it for a year or however long and just kept working on the 3D. And the 3D was awesome in that one, but they cut the 3D out of the first one and wouldn't release the 3D version in theaters. I think you can only get it on a 3D Blu-ray or something.
But didn't they like just announce that 3D is being taken out of theaters?
Well, just for IMAX, because IMAX looked at how much money they made over the summer, and Dunkirk, which wasn't in 3D, is doing like insane amounts of money in IMAX. And they're saying like audiences prefer movies in 2D than 3D. And I think that's also because this summer's been a little different than usual, because you have some movies that are like the Transformers bombed, Pirates of the Caribbean didn't do well, things like that. And then you have things like Wonder Woman, and most of the people who are seeing that are not as interested in the 3D.
No.
So 3D hasn't been successful this summer movie season. This summer movie season's been a little like some of the stuff I expected to do as well. But I mean, why Transformers bombed at this point? Like, why number 5, the audiences were like, now we've had enough, is bizarre to me, but whatever, you know. Like,
So
now they're
wait.
like, now we draw the line after 4 terrible movies, 5.
Well, the issue is now they're adding fantastical time traveling history stuff with like, Merlin or whatever. I didn't see
Oh
it,
yeah,
but-
like I haven't seen it, but the Transformers like were around this whole time and like helped start the Underground Railroad or something. Like, that's what I heard. But then they always come to this thing where like the Minions movie where they're like saying how the Minions have always been around, and conveniently all these fictional characters, when World War II happens, they're like, whoa, I'm not touching that shit.
Yeah.
We could have had
we were out of town. I don't.
Hitler. I'm so mad we weren't given that.
Oh, the Minions help. Yeah, they're like, the Minions were in a cave, and they just didn't know about it. Sure, they deny the Holocaust, but they weren't a part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Should we wash our hands?
We're number 2.
Going back to the Emoji Movie and princesses, so yeah, they have that running joke about how I'm a princess, I don't whistle and summon birds like other princesses or something. That's just a stereotype. And the very end of the movie is saved by by that princess whistling and
her embracing her stereotype.
Embracing her stereotype. She I guess she doesn't whistle. She tweets, and the Twitter logo comes out of fucking nowhere to save her and take her away. Really? We're not joking. The fucking Twitter logo, logo saves the day.
That happened.
Could be and not, because it all sounds ridiculous.
But the Twitter logo was in Dropbox. The Twitter logo wasn't. Twitter.
Oh, that's another stupid thing. So, the Dropbox gets a very subtle advertising boost from this movie. Where so throughout the movie, the smiley emoji is like, we gotta fucking kill this motherfucker who is fucking everything up for us. And so they send out these bots, which are supposed to delete viruses or whatever. And they're getting chased by a really big one. Oh yeah. Sorry, I keep going off tangents, but this movie just has so much fucking wrong with it. So the parents of the Gene, the Met emoji, who can do every emoji, they're like going around looking for him. And every time they're going out looking for him, you think something's going to happen with it, but there's absolutely nothing that happens with them.
No.
All that's revealed is that the dad has the same thing as the son, and that's why the son is like that. But the smiley emoji gets this really big virus hunter bot, and she says, "Okay, Gene, we're gonna bring you in. You better come back here, or we'll make you." And it's just like, you could have just had her capture the parents,
Yeah.
Like that. Then the parents wouldn't have felt completely fucking irrelevant.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Because Gene didn't even really need to have his dad give him that. It could have just been Gene's thing, but no. You have to tie everything together in the emoji universe.
That plot didn't work at all. I mean, I like the two I like they got Jennifer Coolidge and Stephen Wright, but it was like
Jennifer Coolidge. Yeah, that sounded like Jennifer Coolidge.
I mean, the funny thing about that is like they so stuck within the meh bit they would refuse to break out to emote to anything, which is more just amazing that they were like, we're so committed to this. We don't give a shit. This movie sucks, but we're committed to being meh for the whole movie. I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was good. I just respect it.
Oh, of course not. No.
They were able to do it. They didn't fall under the thing like, now I'll emote and we're not meh. Like if Stephen Wright by the way, just everyone knows who Stephen Wright is, right? Is that
No.
No.
Oh, so he was a comedian, and his whole thing was kind of doing this meh voice. And he's the DJ in Reservoir Dogs. I think that's how most people know him now.
Mhm.
But he was a comedian, and he kind of did all these things like unsurprised meh voice. So it was like, if you knew who Stephen Wright was, it was like actually really funny that they got. He's like the only person you could ever get to be meh. It's like perfect.
So what you're saying is the only funny joke in this movie is one you'd have to understand the actor's career in order to get.
Oh yeah, well, hey, the Patrick Stewart thing's the same way, you know.
No, it's Patrick Stewart's.
I'm not saying
casting
that's
is-
funny. I'm just saying that's the point of that joke is you got Patrick Stewart to play shit. You know, that's the joke, right?
It's only because Patrick Stewart is like an English guy and he's Captain Picard. There's no other reason for him to be the poop emoji.
Well, he is
other than haha, he's fancy and British.
He's like a famous Shakespearean actor. Like him and Ian McKellen are like number 1 and 2 best Shakespearean actors in the world. That's why it was like a big crazy thing that they're like, yeah, we'll do X-Men and do scenes together and stuff, like because they were like.
Basically, the conceit of it is that he's just voicing a terrible animated character. That's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, you can really blame Seth MacFarlane
Depressing.
for him doing this. So,
But I forgot to mention with the Dropbox bit. She says when they get into the Dropbox app, which is to get to the cloud, which is where they go to reprogram everything, even though that's not what the cloud fucking does. They the bot can't get in there, and she says, "Oh, don't worry, he can't get in here because this app is very secure." And she might as well have just fucking winked to the camera and just been like, just held up the Dropbox logo if she really just wanted to commit. But
So are all the other apps insecure? Like you can't, like Just Dance, will that give you a virus or something? What's the deal?
They're insecure. They're not quite comfortable with themselves just yet.
That's not what I meant.
Izzy, please.
Sorry. I have nothing to contribute to this conversation. I saw Trolls.
But what is this?
You
2016?
showed me the wedding scene in Trolls, but it was the girl troll, so I didn't care.
I saw some rapping stuff, and I was like, oh, I thought of Nolan. And Nolan gives me like, thank you, my friend Izzy, for sharing me this thing. And I'm like, okay, you don't have to be sarcastic about it. And you're like, I wasn't.
Okay. I've been doing schoolwork like nonstop for the past week and a half. I've gotten like no sleep, and I haven't eaten anything up until like last Friday. And I just literally have just been fucking dying. So every time somebody talks to me, they're like, Nolan, are you being sarcastic or are you being rude? And I'm like, no, I'm just dying.
Yeah.
I literally, if I were to use an emoji, I would use the Met emoji. That's that's what I would be using right now.
As you can see, I'm an emoji. A meh, to be exact. Anywho, it's my pleasure to announce our first movie.
This movie is like a dystopian future. Like, does no one talk to people in this future? Everyone just uses their phones.
Yeah,
it's almost like a commentary of normal life.
Well, did you notice that none of the text bubbles had text? They're just ...
Oh, I guess it was to make it more universal when they translate this.
Oh, okay. I did not think of that. That's smart. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, are you saying that the Emoji Movie did something correct?
More like lazy.
The only thing the Emoji Movie did correct is that Sony was like, do not have this cost more than $50 million because it can make money. If it was $100 million, this would be a disaster. But they were
I'm
like,
just gonna throw this out here. The Emoji Movie is pretty successful. I got the 3 of you out there.
Shut up.
Well, no. I did not pay for my ticket, nor did my friend who took me.
They still got
paid
money.
tickets to see it. No, we paid to see Atomic Blonde.
yeah,
yay,
he did it.
And then we snuck into the Emoji Movie. So we did not pay a cent to see this awful fucking movie.
Mm.
So fuck you, Sony. I don't care if you send a policeman to my house. You can eat my ass.
I actually saw it twice because I theater hopped both those times.
Thank you, Spo. You did one thing correct.
Oh.
You did one thing correct out of your entire fucking life.
Hey, so one of my favorite parts in the movie is where everyone gets... Okay, so they go into the Just Dance app, and Gwen Stefani's there and telling everyone, like, hey, guys, dance!
Oh, no, that's Christina Aguilera.
Shit!
To be...
Oh, fuck, never mind.
Sorry.
Oh, fuck. Anyway.
It's amazing how every world they go to is just an advertisement.
Yeah.
At least Wreck-It Ralph had original content in worlds.
The first
was
one.
just... Huh?
For the first one. We don't know about the second one.
Of course I'm talking about the first one. We haven't seen the second one yet.
But the
But,
second one looks like it's going to go the route.
But yeah, before I also wanted to finish the Dropbox bit, so I'll be really quick. Basically, they go into Dropbox in the cloud, and then the bot that couldn't get through just comes in and kidnaps the main character.
Yeah, how?
And yeah, and it's never explained.
No.
Ever. So
Never.
so that
God.
it's just a big gaping plot hole.
But, okay, so in the scene where they're dancing in that Just Dance thing, like, all the floor disappears and they're just on a single tile. Well, each of the characters, the Hand, and Jailbait, they're all on their individual tiles floating and they can't move unless they dance. And, like, they're all dancing perfectly and they're moving forward, except for Jailbait. Like, she's just stuck there and she's about to fall. And, like, the other guys...
hold on. Her name is Jailbreak, not Jailbait.
Jailbreak. Okay, Jailbreak.
I was just going to let him have it. I thought that was just a recurring joke.
Jailbreak's
Yeah,
about to...
I thought he was joking.
Jailbreak's about to fall, and, like, the guys who just floated forward on these tiles, they just come back and rescue her, just, like, pick her back up. It's like, I thought they're separated. I thought they can't go back to her, and no, but they can. They can walk wherever they want and dance whenever, whatever. There's no point in the thing falling apart.
And your girlfriend is in the stream and she's judging you.
Yeah. One-Eyed Sheep is saying, Jailbait, my guy. God damn it. No.
Okay, also another thing. The whole stakes in this movie are, we gotta save the phone before it gets deleted or factory reset. Emojis are built in to the phone, so even if they were deleted, they would be right back. There are no stakes in this movie.
What's the
there
deal?
are absolutely none.
I mean, will their memories go away? What's going on?
They don't specify, so we can probably insinuate that they don't.
I don't know. It's just like, oh, they die, whatever. I guess.
Yeah, maybe new emojis come, but you know, Neo clearly can't be deleted, so
Yeah, so there's.
Oh my god, and Jailbreak is Trinity. It's the fucking Matrix, you guys.
Oh my god, it's the Lego movie again. Oh shit.
Everything is awesome. Shut up, Bruce.
No.
Everything is cool. What, Bruce?
I mean, if we knew what the Lego movie would do, like, it's like the Lego movie's great, but all the movies that spun off because of it, other than Lego Batman, is a little scary.
Oh no, like everyone in the chat is like sending like police emojis to me. No. Go away.
You know what's also really sad? This is probably one of the most prolific roles Anna Faris has gotten in a while, and she deserves better.
Yeah, what is the deal with, like, why can't Anna Faris get a better role? Like,
She's
everyone
so good.
Everyone respects Anna Faris, but no one seems to be able to get her a better role. Because I could barely tell it was her. I was like, it's some famous actress.
She pulled off a good enough voice that I couldn't tell it was her.
She was smart. She was like, I don't want anyone to remember me for this shit. Like, I'm not going to be like T.J. Miller and, you know, jump high. What did he do at Cannes? He
parasailed into like a boat full of like dancing guys in emoji costumes, and you just had like muffled Pitbull music playing awkwardly.
I love that anytime there's a celebrity who has like all these strong opinions and talks a lot of shit, they're always in the worst possible movie that you not only don't take them seriously before, but then you see the movie and you're like, what is wrong with you? Like, is no one like, you don't hear like somebody like Paul Thomas Anderson doesn't like talk shit about, you know, blockbuster filmmakers or something. It's always like Lindsay Lohan or TJ Miller when they're promoting like Herbie Fully Loaded in the Emoji Movie. that like talk shit about Hollywood. It's like very entertaining. I don't know why that is.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I have progressed to the point where I can make terrible movies ironically. I'm such a big star, I'm doing it ironically.
Oh yeah, I've heard.
Hopefully.
There was this whole thing on Twitter and stuff. People were posting the Jay Sherman rant from The Critic, where he's like, "If the movie's not good, just don't go."
Well,
because they're afraid people are going to see Emoji ironically. And I was like, "Look, guys, there's not enough people seeing Emoji Movie ironically. There are actual people who want to see the Emoji Movie. It's for real."
yeah.
Like,
I can't believe we just spent an hour talking about the Emoji Movie.
It's great.
It's worth talking about because there's just so much wrong with it.
I mean, it's like just a movie that had ideas for concepts and they didn't flesh them out, and it was just okay.
You want to know
it's a cash grab.
You want to know the funniest part of this movie's development is that it's not even like they got the rights to use emojis, which, you know, it's trite and stupid, but okay, I guess if you want to use emojis for like media shit, that would make sense. But no, emojis are free license, so anybody can use them or make them, so long as they're their own like designs or art. That's not a problem. The problem is they paid for a pitch, so they literally paid. So Sony got into a bidding war and won the pitch. So they basically paid for the story when anybody could have written this story.
Whoa. Oh, you're right. And this story is horrible. Like, they paid millions of dollars for this story.
Yeah, not to use emojis exclusively for film or anything like that, which, again, is dumb, but would have been somewhat smart. No,
yeah,
they
that's
paid
something.
just for this pitch. They paid just for this story.
I just want to know, when's Emoji Movie 2 coming out? Like, is that happening? And I feel like it won't actually go direct to DVD or streaming or however you do that.
It's going to be theaters. It's going to make me want to die, honestly. No, shut up.
God.
It'll be Emoji Movie 2, and they'll get, like, somebody who's on Disney Channel now who'll want to be a serious actor.
Hey, let's think about the positives. There's something positive to say about these movies. Like, it's colorful.
You know what?
Okay, that's another thing. That's another thing I want to talk about. Okay, so the Emoji Movie, like, I feel so bad for all the animators at Sony because they're great animators. Like, all the faces of the emojis and how they move is cute. Like, they move very well, and their faces are adorable, but it's all in service to the worst designs I've ever seen in a major animated film, and I'm including Sausage Party.
No.
Like, everything in this movie is so uninspired and boring. Like, all the emojis just basically are emojis with a standard animated kid feature faces with Adventure Time noodle arms and legs.
Yeah.
And the worlds are boring to look at because they're either just generic representations of the apps they are of, or whenever it's an original world, it's just sort of like a generic city or generic Matrix level or something. It's boring. And all these animators who clearly have a lot of talent are wasting their fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like nobody cared when working on this movie, and it was just a big advertisement for all these apps. Who has Crackle?
Oh, no, it's just Sony owns it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, but really, who would use Crackle? Like, it's like the poor man's Netflix, you know? Just like, there's Netflix.
Although they have Spectacular Spider-Man, by the way, though.
Crackle has some good stuff here and there.
Whenever I see Crackle, I think Netflix and chill. How about Crackle and kill ourselves?
That's one of the only good things you've ever said, Pan. I was like that.
Crackle used to have comedians in cars getting coffee, but I think Hulu bought it off of them.
Oh.
So I don't even think they have that anymore. They just have Spectacular Spider-Man, and that's it.
Oh.
I think at one point, Crackle had like a bunch of like really cool older shows and like Static Shock.
Yeah, but they have ads though. They're free, but you got to watch ads.
Well, I mean, if they're free and they have access to your entire library, I think ads are kind of fair enough.
No, but I'm just saying.
But still, it's Crackle, so who cares?
Oh yeah, they also had X-Men Evolution, I think, for a little bit.
Yeah, the Jackie Chan Adventures, basically the stuff that was on Kids WB.
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff now is on like Netflix. I know Jackie Chan Adventures was or is, but regardless, there was a point in time where that's how I could watch it.
Yeah, but is that all for the Emoji Movie?
I kind of want to just do a prolonged Emoji Movie discussion, but there is a lot more we have to talk about, so I guess we'll just move on.
Oh, what else do you got to say?
Again, there's just too much to talk about, so I'll just leave it.
So you got nothing.
No, I do.
So
It's just I just don't want the whole.
Yeah, there's
podcast
so much to talk about that I can't think of right now, but there's a lot.
I'm trying to be nice so Izzy can partake in the conversation.
Okay.
you
No,
fucking
it's
asshole.
fine. No,
Okay.
do one more. Do one more important
do it,
thing that
Nolan.
you think is really worth discussing.
Do it, you little
okay,
bitch.
Everybody is fucking pressuring me to fucking fine. Okay. So another thing I really fucking hated was that every single goddamn joke in this movie was just an emoji pun. It was
Yeah.
either, oh, the emoticons, oh, it's my like one of them gets knocked over, oh, my colon. Shut
I
up.
like that one at least.
Oh,
No, that one was stupid. I hated it. And it's just this, none of the humor was clever in any sort of way. And I remember watching Brad Jones' Midnight Screenings review of it, and he one of the guys said, one of the only funny things is that the poop emoji was that people who touched him would wipe off their hands, and I like paid attention. No, they fucking didn't.
No.
I think that only happened like once. But otherwise every poop emoji joke was just stupid and terrible, and I hated it.
Yeah, but hey, so before the Emoji Movie started, did you see the trailer for Sony Pictures' other animated film coming this Christmas called The Star?
The story of the first Christmas from an entirely new perspective.
Hang on! Cyrus! Down up!
I expected a left turn 2 deserts ago.
These wise guys are lost. That's it. I'm fighting through the rains.
From the studio that brought you Miracles from Heaven and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
The story about not Jesus, the birth of Jesus, but about the camels that were around when Jesus was born. This is a real movie.
The Camels of the Three Kings, right?
Yes,
Isn't this the sequel to Prince of Egypt?
Fuck you.
They did that. No, that's direct to DVD, direct to VHS. The DreamWorks made one.
Wait, really?
Yeah. There's for real.
There's no way.
I'll look it up.
No fucking way.
No, seriously. Hold on. Give me a minute. I got to do some Googling.
Let me fucking look that up.
Hold on, kids.
Joseph King of Dreams.
Yep, Joseph King of Dreams.
Wait, that's related to that shit.
Yep. Ben Affleck did a voice, as well as Jodie Benson, Mark Hamill. Who else was in here? No one else. But yeah, it's an adaptation of the story of Joseph from the Book of Genesis.
So they didn't.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's not a sequel. It is a prequel to the 1998 film, but it came out in 2000.
Oh wait, hold on. Why would they be playing the Sega Genesis?
Fuck off.
That's lame.
I know. That was such a dad joke. I should have saved it for Jim.
Yeah, I could have made that.
I remember watching Terminator Genesis, and there's a scene where a little kid's opening up a box called Genesis, and I was like, is that going to be a Sega? No, it wasn't Sega.
Because it was Terminator Genesis.
Genesis,
yeah.
Come with me if you want to live.
That's the only movie where I went to see it, and I intentionally got a big soda, so I would have to take a bathroom break during, because I knew I couldn't. I knew I needed a break. I knew I was like, there's no way I can sit through this whole thing. And there's like, I timed it correctly, because I was like, wow, that was awful.
You didn't miss nothing.
3 more with James Cameron, so.
James Cameron approved the Terminator Genesis.
Oh yeah, he endorsed it. He made that video.
There was that video where
isn't he making a new Terminator trilogy or?
He's developing it, and he wants Tim Miller, who directed Deadpool, to do the first one of this trilogy, but he hasn't said what the plot is or why it's a trilogy. But so
wait, I don't understand why James Cameron is doing this. Isn't he busy with Avatar?
He's doing Avatar 2, which comes out in 2020, and then it's 2, 3, and 4. He's shooting them all at once. But the Terminator rights revert back to him, I think, at a certain time soon. So he's going to use them to make movies, basically.
God.
But he's just going to produce them. But he said for like a year he wants Tim Miller, who did Deadpool, to do it. I don't know why, and there's been no deal signed. It's basically James Cameron saying, like, I'd like this guy to be my friend. Can he be my friend?
And Tim Miller's like, fuck off, James.
He's like, please stop mentioning my name. Please stop.
James Cameron sold his soul.
What?
Well, he did that fucking video where he was like saying, yeah, Terminator Genesis, that's a great movie, yeah.
I feel like the franchise has been reinvigorated, like this is a renaissance. I know it needs work.
The new film, which in my mind I think of as the third film, we see Arnold take the character even farther.
Yeah, he like loved it. He was like, I sat down, ready to watch Terminator Genesis, and you know, I have as much right as anybody to hate this movie. And by the way, he talks a lot of shit about the Alien franchise. Like he does. He's always like, I don't like how they handle it. He stopped before Prometheus came out, so he hasn't really sounded off since then. But he hated the Alien first Predator movies, and he hated Alien 3 and 4, and he was really public about it. But he loved Terminator Genesis. He endorsed it. He said he watched it. He was surprised by it. I was like,
I feel like maybe that was a ploy. Maybe he was just like trying to like psych people out.
Well, no, he also he didn't make anything off that movie. So I think they either, I don't know how much money you could give him because he's rich as fuck. So like, I think he actually is that stupid.
I just want to see a like Alien versus Predator versus Terminator movie.
Oh man. Did that happen in a Dark Horse comic book in the 90s?
I think so.
And RoboCop.
Oh wait, speaking of, did you hear about the most 90s news to come out of Comic-Con?
What's the deal?
What's up?
Okay, this is when I saw how this was announced, I was like, this is not real. So Todd McFarlane on a video with IMDb that Kevin Smith was hosting announced that they're going to do a Spawn reboot. And while I was watching it, I was like, is this 97? Like, what's going on? Like, Kevin Smith and Todd McFarlane announcing a Spawn movie.
Wait, is Kevin Smith involved with this?
No, he apparently was hosting IMDb doing Comic-Con coverage, which I didn't know IMDb did coverage of things, but I guess they do now.
Yeah.
And it was like really one of the most 90s things I've seen like ever. Because he still wears his backwards baseball hat and hockey thing and shorts.
I gotta go on eBay and look up Spawn on Sega Dreamcast, the game. Hang on.
Well, it's coming back. They're Blumhouse.
Oh
yeah.
How was the original Spawn movie? I don't know anything about.
Not great. I like John Leguizamo. John Leguizamo's really goes for it.
Did someone say my name? It's me, John Leguizamo. Hey, everyone.
I think he's really. I like how hammy and ridiculous he is, but it's not like a good movie, and it looks worse and worse over time.
Hi everyone, I'm John Leguizamo.
I'm assuming it looked better when it came out.
Yeah, it did, but it did not age very well.
I mean, the hell scenes are fucking disgraceful.
Yeah, it was not handled very well, but I'm surprised more of the Image Comics haven't made movies.
I mean, the Spawn
were so popular.
Because Image Comics suck.
Well, no, Image Comics do suck, but if Valiant Comics is getting a cinematic universe, I'm surprised.
Really?
Oh, no,
Valiant?
Yeah. Yes. Bloodshot starring Jared Leto is going to happen, bro.
Oh my god. That sounds fucking cancerous.
So if Valiant's getting one, there's a studio that's like trying to sign up Gen 13 right now.
Yeah. Well, they all did. Well, Image Comics made a bunch of cartoons, mostly pilots that never went anywhere.
Well, Wildcats had one season.
Yay.
Where they aired at the exact same time as X-Men, so you know how that went. Anyway, The Star, sorry.
Oh yeah, The Star. So anyway, Sony Pictures is making The Star, a film about not Jesus, but the camels of the Three King, and it features Tyler Perry and Keegan-Michael Peele and all these guys and who want a paycheck, and Oprah Winfrey.
It's not Keegan-Michael Peele, you idiot.
I don't know, something like that. And
wait, what did he say? Oh,
Keegan-Michael Peele was his name, but it's not.
Keegan-Michael
Key.
Yeah. I don't know, but anyway, so yeah, Sony Pictures is just like, hey, we're making this shit. And I remember, like, I was visiting someone, and I was talking to someone, and they were like, yeah, some of my friends are working on this. And I was like, there's no way this is going to be theatrical, and apparently it is. This looks like some straight-to-video bullshit.
It probably is, but,
There's something seriously wrong with those animals.
I mean, I know you just said it's theatrical, but what I mean by that is it probably was straight to video, but Sony is so desperate we'll put anything in theaters just to make profit, please.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of studios right now that are trying to make Christmas movies, and apparently it's because just having like there's certain holiday movies that just keep making money off of still
reruns,
TV showings. Yeah, reruns, because Christmas movies, like you have that ABC Family, or now it's Freeform or whatever.
Yeah.
They'll do. I think they still do 31 Days of Christmas. And almost there's so many cable channels now that if you have a Christmas movie, you can sell it and make money off of it year after year after year. So,
well, like at a certain point, wouldn't there be too many Christmas movies for it to be profitable?
You would think that.
Okay,
but I guess...
listen, Hollywood doesn't care about oversaturation. All it cares about is short-term profit.
You got to just make an Easter movie. You know, that's the best way to succeed.
Oh, Hop? Yeah.
Well,
actually, speaking of...
It's already here, Pan.
Oversaturation, didn't it come out today that Netflix is $24 billion in debt? So oh yeah, did you ever notice that Netflix is spending like a fucking crazy, and it turns out they're like billions of dollars in debt because they want to make tons of original content.
What the fuck? So how are they going to make that back?
Oh yeah, no. According to this, Polygon posted. No wait, that's from 2006.
That's your fucking source.
Yeah, never mind. I was just I googled Netflix in debt. Someone's like, it's almost about to be $3 billion in debt.
Los Angeles Times says Netflix is carrying $20 billion in debt. Can it keep borrowing its way to success?
Because they're just making tons and tons of stuff, and they don't seem to care. So Hollywood does try to oversaturate to the point where they're like, oh, oops, we kind of fucked this up.
I just don't understand how you could get that deep into debt and not go bankrupt immediately. Like, how does that work?
Because they're just bringing in so much, but I think, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a good idea. Stranger Things isn't making that much money. I mean...
Right. Well, I mean, like, just... we tend to associate Netflix as a brand as, like, if they make original content, it's really, really good quality. Yeah. Because they have a lot of home runs. But they also have an equal amount of duds, but they don't get nearly as popular, or no one's ever talking about them. I mean, like I said, I worked on that Kulapari show, and I haven't heard anything from anyone about that. But that was a show that was on there. It's still on there, but it wasn't successful. And then on top of that, Netflix also is really weird with their how they pick up stuff. So I think they pick up everything up with 2 seasons in mind. So that's why things that weren't successful get 2 seasons no matter what.
Yeah. No, they'll pick up some things right away. Other things they'll make wait. They haven't picked up Mystery Science Theater yet, which I'm not thrilled about. But they'll really push certain shows that when I watch them, I'm like, so you thought, what was that? The Santa Maria diet or Santa Clara diet about the zombie thing? And they're really pushing that. And I watched one. I was like, you guys think this is going to be big? I don't.
On one hand, I commend Netflix for trying to stick to their guns and make something, make original content. But on the other hand, there's putting creativity before business, and then there's just being fucking stupid. Because I don't consider myself very business savvy at all. I do spend a lot on stuff even if I don't really have the money. But usually I'm not so crazy as to put myself that deep into debt. But fuck, man.
So you've never put yourself $20 billion in debt before?
I mean, comparatively speaking. Obviously.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was just being stupid. Sorry.
I mean, I've been right now is the most I've ever been in debt. I owe $300 to my credit line, but whatever. I'll pay it off eventually. It's not a big deal. But yeah. Essentially, what I'm saying is there's being a creator, and then there's being a fucking idiot. Netflix, get with the program.
I'm sure Netflix knows what they're doing. You just wait a few.
Evidently not.
Yeah, what's so funny about Netflix being this far in debt is that Netflix had the perception of being successful, right? I don't think anyone would even consider the idea of them failing as a company. But then you have all these other companies that are jumping in the same ideal, You have YouTube that's okay, we're going to do YouTube Red. We're going to do YouTube Originals, which, by the way, isn't everything on fucking YouTube Original, except for the 8 hours of Family Guy reruns, live stream.
24-hour Family Guy stream funniest moments. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, but besides that, but I mean, like 90% of YouTube content should be technically YouTube original because it's all made by creators. But now they're doing YouTube Red. You have Hulu Prime doing their own stuff.
But the difference between Hulu or Amazon and YouTube is they have revenues coming from other places.
That's true.
And Netflix doesn't really have that. Netflix is only subscription. I mean, sometimes they'll sell their stuff to airplanes and stuff, but that's about it. So.
Oh, and they also have DVDs that no one buys.
Oh yeah, you mean the DVD mail order or the DVDs?
No. I'm saying is that like every Netflix original series goes on DVD box set after like a year or two of it being online.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I hope it works out. I wouldn't like Netflix to fall, but I feel like they won't.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst thing that will happen to Netflix is that like if they were going bankrupt, someone would probably swoop in and buy the company just for the fact that it's such a big household name.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, speaking of Netflix, have you guys been hearing about some of these like sketchy net neutrality bullshit that's going on right now?
What's going on?
Like if you are a Verizon if you have a Verizon provider, they've been apparently like low key slowing down Netflix streams because Verizon has their own streaming service.
They do? Maybe they should like advertise their streaming service first.
So we like to know what it is.
Because I feel like everyone's just like, refresh, what the fuck? And they're like, how come no one's going? I'm like, I didn't even know. Do they have, what's it even called?
I don't know. I mean, this might be like not even completely correct information. I was told by a friend, but it was someone I trust.
Mm.
But yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like there's some like sketchy stuff going on right now. But yeah, that's no good.
Yeah.
No.
It is very. Okay. It makes me very nervous.
If Netflix is possibly going under, how's Crackle doing? Are they all right? What's the status on Crackle?
That was a good joke.
I'm not joking. I want to know, is Crackle going to be all right?
Okay, fine.
That's what I bet. That's what they did. Someone at Sony did. They're like freaking out on Monday, like, someone get me the analytics for Crackle, and like, we didn't give a shit. We never made analytics.
No.
Crackle's actually Verizon's streaming service.
Shit.
No, it's.
I want to know who owns Crackle now.
Sony Pictures.
Oh, that'd be funny if like no one knows. They're like, who owns it? I thought we owned it. No, I thought you owned it. Who the fuck owns it? Who owns Crackle?
No, and then it cuts to a hobo on the street. I sure do love Crackle.
Oh no, it'd be like that scene in UHF where he's like, you gave me a genuine Indian penny, and he's like, and he buys all the shares in UHF. UHF was a good movie.
Yeah.
Just so you know, apparently Crackle's content partners include Fox Digital, Funimation, Toei Animation, the Walt Disney Company, and much, much more.
Yeah.
Legendary Pictures, Paramount, 20th Century Fox, Miramax, yeah, Red Bull apparently makes content.
Red Bull
gives you wings.
And funding apparently.
Yeah. But you guys want to get into the questions?
No.
I feel like there's so much stuff you have on the list of things we should talk about, but you guys spent like a fucking hour on Emoji Movie.
Okay, fine.
That's what the people want to hear.
Fine. Hey,
I'm sure that's what people.
Does anybody have anything to fucking do today?
Hey, about Kingdom Hearts on Toy Story. Holla holla.
Oh, we should get to the question, or I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, Jen has a daughter. She's probably starving.
Okay. All right, so so let's go to.
All right, okay. We can jump into the questions. I just want to like let everyone know the list of subject matters we're skipping because you guys had to talk about Emoji Movie for a fucking full hour.
Yours, Izzy.
Incredibles 2, Kingdom Hearts, and Toy Story.
Shut the fuck
Kermit the
up.
Frog, voice actor change, Steven Universe race debacle, the Tick Amazon
Let's talk about the
series.
Steven Universe race debacle for a bit.
Hey Arnold,
Rebecca
and
Sugar's a fucking honky ass racist.
DuckTales, guys.
Nobody knows about Darkwing Duck anymore except for stupid fanboys from the 1930s.
Fucking
What?
90s
That
kids.
doesn't even make sense.
Darkwing Duck was film noir bullshit from the 1930s. Everybody fucking knows that.
Serbo 2.
Film noir is actually from the 40s, so that doesn't even really work.
I call it film noir.
What?
What?
I call it film noir.
Oh.
That's the proper pronunciation for me.
You're a little bit racist.
Well, you're a little bit too.
I guess we're both a little bit racist.
Admitting it is not an easy thing to do.
But I guess it's true.
Between me and you, I think everyone's a little bit racist.
Rebecca Sugar's a goddamn racist. Anyway, next question.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah, so
in the Steven Universe Art and Origins art book, the crew posted a character called Concrete.
Concrete, concrete, concrete.
Who shit, I died. Who is basically a black-coated gem who has a wicked shoe collection and she can't read. Frowny face.
They wrote frowny face on there, and also it looks like Mean Penguin, this Mexican blackface character, and it's like, oh, this wasn't a good idea.
I mean, they took it out of the book. It's now you can't get the book.
So people, you gotta like.
No, it's getting taken out of the second printing. So every book that's being sold like currently, it will be in the book.
Buy it. You guys.
I wanted to look at see the book, and it when I went to look at it, they were like, no, it was recalled.
Let's see, eBay.
They're reprinting it, and so it was like it wasn't there when I looked.
I'm on eBay, Steven Universe art book. Okay. It's for $24 right now. You can go buy it right now, and hopefully it'll be still the original version with the racist caricature inside. So people,
I have the racist caricature one, as does my friend Spo.
So guys,
So do I.
you got to do this now. Like either buy or don't. You know, now's your chance to just buy this and just like record history. You know.
Yeah, I just also want to say that even if it wasn't meant to be a racist caricature, you're putting this character up, and you're leaving it open to the interpretation of the audience.
Look,
you're just
okay.
I'd say it's more boneheaded. Just like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, when
that's exactly what I'm saying. It's boneheaded because they like put in this character and just expected people, hey, here it is.
I think
like there's no context, there's no nothing put with it. It's like, well, because like as we were like finding out about this whole thing, we were just kind of like, okay, so you find out that the person who drew this potential blackface thing was also a black artist. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, okay, and then you get in that tier, like, is it still technically racist if it's the, you know, the person of the ethnic person is the one that made it? Is that like him claiming it back? But then
taking back racism,
you realize, oh, the stuff that was written about the character. So, because like it was someone drew it, and another person looked at the character and goes, okay, I'll add traits to this character. And that second person is technically what I would assume the racist, considering that it's like, oh, that black character can't read. That makes sense.
I think, okay, like if you were to add traits, like there needs to be someone boneheaded enough to just like, I think this character likes fruit, but which kind of fruit? I was eating a watermelon earlier. I guess I'll write watermelon.
But everything was handled the best way the Crew-niverse could do. The black artist that drew the character made an apology. And then Rebecca Sugar also made the apology, again saying that they're going to make the second published version of the book without the character.
So buy it now.
Concrete. But then finally, they also said they weren't going to reveal who the person that wrote the actual context clues stuff. And then that person outed. Well, it was one of those things where we talked about this in the previous podcast that never went up. And Jim made a joke about them, like, oh, I hope they don't like, you know, try to like put the text next to other pieces of text and figure out. Guess what, Jim? They did. They like the fan base was going to find out who the racist artist on the show was going to be, and that person outed themselves and apologized. They essentially said, hey, I don't associate illiteracy with black culture. I'm sorry. And so it's like the Crew-niverse did the best they could in that situation. All you can do is damage control.
Yeah.
Wait, who was the person?
Yeah, reveal, Izzy. Who was this person? You know,
Hillary something.
Hillary. Shit.
Oh no, it was her.
Shit.
Wait, who's that?
Clinton.
Hillary Clinton?
Yeah, I can't
Works
believe
on
it.
Steven Universe?
Shit, like after losing the election, like this is the only job she could get. Damn.
Someone in the chat said Hillary Duff.
Oh, that's even worse. No.
Well, we don't know. We don't really know since this character was just like a basic outline. We don't really know what they were exactly going to do with it. So it's it's hard to say. It's like hard to really go after someone for something that's just an outline. I mean, I'm sure there's certain outlines for Garnet that could be taken out of context in certain ways. Or any character who any sort of character from any gender or race. If you break them down just to certain little things, you go, oh, that's horrible. But then you see how they're actually used. There's a difference there. And since they never didn't, like, that was just an idea and they never used it, it's just an incomplete idea. I don't necessarily think they were trying to make a racist caricature. They just didn't. Right. They didn't really get to show us anything more than that. And what you see, it doesn't look great. I'm not going to say it's not a good look. It doesn't, when I saw it, I was like, it's not, I mean, I don't know about that, but, maybe if it was in the show, it would be our favorite character and we wouldn't feel that way. So,
well, it's one of those things where it didn't make it in the show for a reason. And if it did, it probably would have been some heartwarming story about like Dick Slut.
I can't see dicks anywhere. They're always backwards.
I'm a real dick slut.
But you know what I mean? Like it could have been a heartwarming story. Warming. Okay,
you never know. Like they could fuck it up and like maybe cast like Cuba Gooding Jr. to be like Concrete, and she has like they give her like an FM radio, and she. Never mind. You know what? Never mind.
You're saying this character would be Radio from the movie Radio?
No,
we're off the rails here.
I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway,
No one wanted a reference to the movie Radio tonight.
Hang on, I had something better in my head. It worked out better in my head. Okay, never mind.
A lot of things tend to work out better in your head.
Shush. Yeah, but Dick Slut's all right, Dick Slut.
Don't slut shame, slut appreciate.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Give me that Dick Slut. Yeah. So, Concrete.
Is that your nickname for Sheepy when you guys are all alone?
What?
Dick Slut.
Rude.
Oh.
Rude. But anyway, like I'm thinking like Cartoon Network's been focusing on a bunch of reboots like the Ben 10 and Powerpuff Girls and Teen Titans Go. Like I wish at Comic-Con, like someone at Cartoon Network's panel just said, you know what, guys, we brought back so many of your beloved shows and fucked them up, but we're going to bring back a show that there's no way we could possibly fuck up. We're bringing back the Minstrel Show, and they just have a bunch of guys coming out in blackface and just like top hats, like doing the Charleston. It's like we're bringing it back, racism.
You know the worst thing about being on this podcast is like every time someone goes, "Oh man, you're on a podcast? What is it?" I'm like, "Fuck no, I just have to like, no, it's okay.
No, I just pitch it as oh no, it's a very respected animation podcast. And instantly I know when I said animation, they're not going to listen to it. So I'm already I'll just go, no, it's like the number most listened to. Fuck Nicktoons, and that guy. And then I'll just rant about that and they'll be like, I don't know what this guy's saying. I'm not going to listen to this podcast, but he's on one apparently,
But yeah, so. I say we got to reboot minstrel shows.
All right. Also, I'm obligated by my publicist to say this. This is part of a Make-A-Wish Foundation. Somebody reached out to me for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and they wanted me to say this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Pan, for losing the podcast episode of Jim's epic return. Postal stamp or whatever the fuck that means. Keep up the great work. Keep up the great work on your videos. Loves ya.
Whatevs. Yeah, but bring back racist cartoons. We're bringing it back. It's a new era.
Next question.
Classic, good old blackface, Korean stereotypes.
You should watch that movie, the Spike Lee movie Bamboozled. You ever seen that?
In the wildest adventure this side of your bedroom. Buzz-looking alien! Where? Ah! Disney's Toy Story. On video October 29th. Rated G.
Whew. Okay, so questions. If anybody has a question or comment, be sure to start out with the word question so it's easier to find and post them in the YouTube comments of this video. So our first question is by RojoBear24. Question: what are your thoughts on the Toy Story being featured in Kingdom Hearts 3, and what other Disney movies would you like to see in Kingdom Hearts?
I like how this was easily a subject list, and you convert it into a question.
I want Frozen to be in it just to spite everyone.
You're a dick.
Everybody is so sick of Frozen, but I just want it to be on just to be a dick.
No, even ironically, no. What are we gonna walk around in just some frozen wasteland?
Also,
boring?
High School Musical.
Yes.
Oh, High School Musical would be so good.
Oh boy.
I want Sora to meet like Troy Bolton, and I want them to do like the like Little Mermaid level, except they're having a basketball game against the Heartless, and it's like gotta beat the Heartless or we'll get less points.
The lyrics, okay. But like now that Toy Story is gonna be in the video game Kingdom Hearts, like it looks spot on to the frickin' movies. Like the coloring looks a little muted in a way. Like,
No, wait. No, jumping back onto Nolan's High School Musical thing. You could have the bitchy rich one, the popular girl that's Ashley Tisdale, I think, right? And you could have one of the characters be like, "Why are you so heartless?" As there's purple smoke surrounds her, and she starts converting and twisting and contorting, becoming one of the heartless creatures. It'd be so fucking epic.
I mean, Toy Story looks fucking amazing in this game. I mean, like the coloring's like a little muted, I guess, to match up with everything else, but still, it looks almost spot on to the movies.
It looks better than the first Toy Story. We have gotten to the point where video games look better than the first Toy Story.
I know, it's like we're in the fucking future. It's here.
The only thing I can't stand about it is that they made new designs for Sora, Donald, and Goofy so they can make new toys instead of already making them the Figma figures that already exist in the real world.
Yeah.
Which would have been, I think, would have been a much more cooler reference to the merchandise and such.
Mm-hmm.
But then they couldn't sell you a second set of toys of the characters.
But other worlds that I want to see in in Kingdom Hearts, like, does anyone have any other worlds you want to see?
Black Cauldron world.
Oh yeah.
That's never gonna happen.
A Goofy movie world.
Oh no, which one? A Goofy movie or an extremely Goofy movie?
Come back. You go to the first one, then come back to the second one.
We got to go to extremely Goofy movie. We need to have like a skateboarding segment. We got to bring back the 2000s, just like Kingdom Hearts.
It's just,
I want them to have a Home on the Range world.
No.
Meet the Robinsons, Chicken Little. Oh wait, that already happened.
Yeah.
Did Disney make Dinosaurs, that Muppet show back in the 90s?
No, they made the movie Dinosaur. Oh wait, did they?
No, I think they had a part of Dinosaur.
That was Jim Henson. So they own Jim Henson. They can have Muppets.
Well, no, they own Jim Henson. They don't own Sesame Workshop. They don't own Sesame Street.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like it's the same thing.
I don't know.
Like,
they made them separate companies.
Look, we can have a Labyrinth world because that's Jim Henson's company. Fuck it. Who gives a shit?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
But in Marvel and Star Wars already, we know Miura. We know Nomura wants to.
Fuck everything. Just shove it all in there. Marvel, put in Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, they already started sticking Marvel in there. Big Hero 6 is in it.
Oh yeah, that's technically Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Stan Lee gonna show up in this game?
No, he narrates Sora's. No, he narrates the adventures. Hello there, true believers.
Fuck, I can't.
Wait. Yes, Dinosaurs, the TV series, is owned by Disney.
Yay!
That they were the production company as well as Jim Henson, and it aired on ABC, which is owned by Disney. So
it's all coming together.
Who's the baby? Summon. Come on.
Oh, I'm the baby. Gotta love me.
Yeah.
Fuck the dinosaurs. Anything else for Kingdom Hearts?
It looks good. It's fun. The story's ridiculous. Oh man, as an instructor, I really like I made a joke once while teaching because someone brought up Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, no one plays Kingdom Hearts for the story, and I found out that a lot of people play Kingdom Hearts for the story, and I feel really bad for them.
Aww.
Okay.
The story's atrocious.
No, to be fair, the story, theoretically can make sense if you actually like try to put effort
If
in
you
understanding.
squint and turn your head sideways, it kind of sort of looks like a picture.
No, yeah, exactly. The problem is that Nomura doesn't know how to tell it. Well, Nomura and his team, I guess, because somebody corrected me on Tumblr. They're like, "Oh, it's not Nomura who writes." He comes up with the idea, so he's basically a writer. So shut up. But they just come up with such stupid shit, and they tell it in such an obtuse way. But it technically all does make sense, and the plot holes that are there are very minute, like very inconsequential, except for maybe one or two. But it's just that the story goes so fucking off the rails. Like, I do play it for the story, but I play it just to see how fucking crazy it gets.
No one knows what's going on.
Well, every character's either Sora or Ansem.
Yeah, no, Xehanort.
Oh my fucking god.
Hey, so question from the chat, the live stream chat. Lady Gaga herself writes, question, what classic movie do you hate? I hate The Little Rascals. Do those kids think they're better than me? Fuck them.
Do they mean the old
shit? The Little Rascals is great.
Do they mean the '90s movie or the shorts? Like they don't.
Who knows?
Lady Gaga needs to get her shit together.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably is a classic movie I hate.
I remember my cinema appreciation teachers talking about how Citizen Kane is the most boring piece of shit ever.
Yeah, but that's as boring as saying that opinion. Like saying, like when people are like, Citizen Kane is dumb, and I'm like, all right. I'm always like, it's such a target. It's kind of like saying the Oscars are dumb. I'm like, yeah. I'm sure. I don't know.
The Godfather is the most boring ass fucking movie ever fucking made.
I mean, I think Sophie's Choice is overrated.
Your daughter?
Because no, not my. Although I'm waiting to make that joke, but the if you've ever seen it, it's supposed to be this big movie, and everyone knows about the one scene. Do you know about Sophie's Choice, the movie?
No.
Okay, so basically the conceit of the whole big deal with this scene is it's a big Meryl Streep movie where she's a mother and she's in the Holocaust, and this Nazi, she has two kids, and the Nazis like pick one, and she can't pick, and they both get taken away. And it's like this heart-wrenching scene, and like everyone knows, when I was growing up, knew about this scene, and I was always like, it occurred to me right before I started the movie, I was like, wait, what's the rest of this movie? And the rest of it is like her hanging out in a house and like all this stuff, and it's just like, it's really, really overrated. Like, it's just like not as good as everyone makes it out to be. I just never liked it as much. It's like it's one of those films that's more about the acting than. Although I also don't like Forrest Gump, so I guess that's my big one. So.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Like that movie's like the fact that like this guy just falls ass backwards into U.S. history is like, I don't find it endearing at all. It kind of like just makes, I don't know, it doesn't make America look that great.
Okay,
Like, is that the whole point? Is that the whole point of Forrest Gump? Is that it's just like American propaganda, or
no? It's just like he goes through like from Elvis to like all this. It's like a big baby boomer history thing, but I just never like. I used to like it, and then when I rewatched it, I was just like, this is like, I do not get why people love this thing so much. I find it a little, you know, I like Zemeckis, but he just like what he does in Back to the Future is a lot more endearing than what he does in Forrest.
So with Forrest Gump, the only thing I really care about that movie is the fact that the Tumblr account Fuck Yeah 90s, I think, or something along the lines of that, owns like 200 copies of Forrest Gump on VHS.
Oh yeah, that's like a thing now. Like there's someone who owns like a ridiculous amount of VHS copies of Speed, and the person who owns like some ever many copies of Jerry Maguire on VHS opened a store and considers it an art installation statement on the excess of the 90s.
I think it might have been just people owned it, and then once technology is old, they got rid of it, and so now it's all compiled together.
Now,
like I don't think it's necessarily like we made more. I'm assuming we made the same amount of Forrest Gump VHS as we did DVDs.
Yeah.
But apparently the guy like made a like someone's like, how do you own so many copies of these VHSs? And I don't know if it's real or not, but he made like a post where he was just basically describing a time where he had just been heartbroken, like he got out of a really long-term relationship, and the only thing that made him feel okay was like driving around all around town, going to every thrift shop and purchasing every copy of Forrest Gump, Speed, and something else. And then like it was just a thing to do to fill up time. And now that he has a current girlfriend, his current girlfriend's really creeped out about these movies. It's like I don't know, man. I don't know about this. It's not normal. I have 200 copies of this. Is it? And he's like, what? What are you talking about? These girls have been like sending me anonymous ass saying they want to fuck on these. They want like a bed of the Forrest Gumps. And it's just like, dude, this is real life. This isn't Tumblr bullshit. It's not like, no one wants to fuck on a couple of copies.
Shit, this sounds like
Forrest
me.
Gump. Right?
Good thing I didn't do any of that. Like Sheepy in the chat, like, you're right, I didn't do any of those things, right? Good,
Sheepy in the chat, what does he own an excessive amount of?
She makes fun of me for having too many Dave Chappelle DVDs.
What?
How many? How many?
Okay, I got Dave Chappelle seasons 1 and 2 and the third lost season, and somewhere I got like a Block Party, and I think I got something else there.
That's not too bad.
Okay, but to be fair, I'm in Pan's defense, for once in my life, defending Pan. He's not me, who owns a ton of Jeff Dunham DVDs.
Why do you got Jeff Dunham DVDs?
Okay.
Why would you reveal that?
Let me explain. I grew up in a Republican neighborhood with Republican parents. Jeff Dunham is pretty popular. That's the only defense I have.
My dad loves Jeff Dunham.
Right. I feel like this is one of those episodes of Community where they're all like revealing terrible secrets about each other. All right, so me and Jim need to reveal something awful we own.
Well, actually, I have.
Go ahead. No, you start it. Let's finish this,
so
baby.
when I was first going out with my wife, she was going through one of my DVD binders, and she's like flipping through the pages, and she sees Buffy season 1, and she laughs and goes, "Hi, you have Buffy season 1," and I'm like sweating, like, "Oh fuck." And then she flips through it. I had like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and she just laughed at me.
Oh.
But I never.
Isn't Buffy supposed to be good? Or
yes, I have a harder time watching it now, but I think there's good episodes of it, but it is embarrassing. I do own a few Degrassi DVDs, but that was more. I did that out of
ironically.
I used to have a drinking game for Degrassi, which was a lot of fun. I'd have people over and we'd get drunk, watch Degrassi. So it was more.
Okay. I gotta say something about the comments. Someone's quoted, "All Republicans are evil. Izzy is evil over sensitive people." I'm not the one that said anything about Republicans or Donald Trump. I'm so sick of the comment section thinking Nolan is me.
I said that, you idiots. God, why is everybody in the comments section like always focused on Izzy? Most of the time, whenever anything bad is said in a podcast, it's usually me. Why don't you guys?
Yeah, that's like
I've said nigger multiple times on this podcast.
Cowboy.
Once for it. Like, goddamn, you guys are the pickiest motherfuckers. Cut it out.
One night she got back to me saying, like, she says, "Bruh, it was like we were going through a box of his old shit, and there was just Dave Chappelle DVDs. He barely owns any DVDs to begin with, so it was weird. Out of any physical media Penn owns, it was Dave Chappelle shit." Yeah.
Oh, by the way, to kind of change the subject after that bombshell just got dropped, did you guys know they announced a live action One Piece series
for TV?
Oh God.
Yeah, apparently, like no one's picked it up yet, but it's been announced.
They're doing that for also Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, it's
Cowboy Bebop, One Piece, and Sword Art Online are the confirmed confirmed live action anime adaptations.
When's Death Note happen? When's that happening? When's that coming out? Did that come out yet?
Soon. And how does Netflix even make money if they like, I mean, I know the subscriptions, but how do they make money just by like views alone?
Subscriptions.
Really?
That's really how they make money. Yeah.
It's probably subscriptions and then like whatever brand deals they get by placing stuff into their videos.
Just stick around.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that just seems like their subscriptions are cheap, so I'm really surprised.
Well, the problem with media is now companies, and why shows end up getting canceled more now is companies want to completely own their own shows. And it used to be like Friends, for example, was made by Warner Brothers, but put on NBC. Like that kind of deal doesn't happen as much now. But when Netflix was starting, like Lionsgate, I think, makes Orange is the New Black. House of Cards is made by Media Rights Capital or MRC, I believe. And so, like, I bet you Netflix will stop doing deals with outside people, and they'll just want to do shows that they completely own, because you make more money off of a show. Like, NBC gets very little off of Friends reruns, whereas Warner Brothers makes all that money. So that's why it's like media's changing, where companies want to fully own all their shit now.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, look, my dad loves Jeff Dunham, and he's Mexican and hates Trump, so, you know, he's not completely, like, super Republican, you know. Anyway, so next question, Bob Tom, question, would you fuck a green M&M?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Wait, I thought the girl M&M was the chocolate M&M, the brown M&M.
There's two. Oh yeah, there's secret M&M lore. Okay, so get this. No, I'm super stoked on this. Okay, so they recently posted a picture of the green and brown M&M, which are the both female ones, posing at a beach, and they're holding each other's hands in a very like relationship-y way. And the title is like, it's finally cool to be away from a certain red and yellow so-and-sos. It's just nice to be with my girl type of thing. So it's like, okay, so potentially the hidden lore is that the green and brown one are dating. Well, they have someone stumbled upon these images of like a dating sim styled like page of each one of them. And the brown one likes power, doesn't like being told no, and a bunch of other stuff. And I am 100% sure that the brown and green M&Ms are in an S&M relationship.
Oh yeah.
I did not think about that. Thank you, Izzy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, the brown one looks.
It was very important to me.
The brown one looks like Bayonetta. She's got those glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God. Yeah.
And if you needed to ever think of an M&M as in a sexual manner, CR has a great video about the green M&M and why she's sexy.
Of course.
We need to have him back.
Yeah, he's great. He's welcome. He's willing to come back. He popped on a live stream and was like kind of just chatting with me through text.
But anyone in the chat has any questions? But go ahead and ask them. But hang on. Oh, let me sneeze. Okay.
Please leave those in. Don't edit those out.
Yeah, leave those in.
Yeah.
What did I do?
Leave those in. No, actually, I want you to go back and edit this and add in those sneezes 20 more times.
No.
Put some echoes. They could go also like, oh, true.
Okay, but
No. My favorite thing is that in the comment section, someone goes, "Will they stop telling Pan to edit stuff? He never does."
They don't know that.
No, they do, because you don't.
Oh, actually, you don't want to hear something really funny? I was listening to a podcast, and they're in a studio, and like there's some loud noise, and they go, "Okay, we'll just wait for it to stop." And they didn't cut out them just like talking about their regular lives, and it like I honestly felt like creepy, like I somehow like hacked into their server and was like eavesdropping.
Well,
I was just like looking at it like, am I supposed to? It's like it was like an Earwolf podcast, like a professional podcast, and they left in like 15 minutes of them going like, "So how are you going? Are you dating this guy?" And she was like, "Yeah, I don't know, it's not going so great. I mean, he's all right." And I was like, what is going on right now? So anytime I feel bad about this podcast, I know there's podcasts that have like huge studios that do a way worse job than us. So it makes me feel.
Ooh. Another question. Speaking of Netflix, Foilhead says, question, thoughts on Matt Groening's Disenchanted? This is a new fairy tale adult TV series by the Simpsons creator for Netflix, and it's going to be about a princess being too crude to be a princess or something like that, you know?
So it's the Emoji Movie?
Yes.
I hope Netflix doesn't go into debt about over this. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
So the thing I find very fascinating is that like they announced this guy doing a new series, and everyone I know has this kind of like, okay, like but the guy's done nothing but home runs. Yeah. Like Futurama's great, Simpson was great, but I feel like and keep in mind that I think he has very little enrollment with or involvement with current versions of the Simpsons. So like
he just collects checks or something.
Yeah. Right. So I know that a lot of people are kind of like the Simpsons rot probably kind of tarnished his name a little bit, where they're like, I don't know, you know, but like there's really no reason for us to have any remote like hesitation towards this announcement, but yet I see everyone across the board having it.
Well, I think it's just because it's been a while since Futurama. How involved is he in newer Futurama? I mean, like, I sort of get it, but I'm also like, well, let's see what happens. But I don't think it, it has been a little bit. And, I understand the hesitation, but I was kind of like, oh, that's cool. I'll see it. I'll watch it when it comes out. I'm just like, it's kind of been, but it was like when Futurama first came on, I was like, I don't know, because it's not like what made The Simpsons great wasn't just Matt Groening. But also what made Futurama great wasn't just Matt Groening. So I'm curious to see, he usually picks pretty good people to work with or gets lucky or whatever. So I imagine he had David X. Cohen with Futurama and a whole bunch of other writers. Simpsons, I could go on all day about all those people. So I imagine he'll get cool people to work on it and stuff. So, I mean, I'm sure it'll be good, but I sort of get why people aren't like, the plot isn't crazy interesting. Futurama seemed cooler initially than this does.
And also like a princess parody. It's like, what is this, 2004?
I mean, we just talked about, like, earlier in the podcast, we talked about how long that's been going on. So.
Emoji motherfucker.
I mean, when there's a trailer, there's more to talk about, but it's kind of like, I kind of get what you're saying, though, that, like, they shouldn't be as down on it.
But
I guess.
But I have hope in it, since it's like Matt Groening, like, he only makes a show like once every 15 years or so this one's got to be good.
I thought he would have made Life in Hell at some point a cartoon.
I thought he would die by now, really.
Shit.
I don't know. He's like old.
I mean, Ken has a point. Matt Groening is a fucking fossil.
All the Simpsons people are like, I don't know. It's like, I imagine at this point they're just like tired of the Simpsons and want to die.
Oh, I'm sure the Simpsons are like the Muppets or something at this point. It's like, but they didn't have like anyone come in and reboot them yet. They're just like keep going and going. They've lost like no one gets why they're still funny at this point. Like, it's just, I don't know. I haven't watched newer Simpsons in forever, so what do I know?
Yeah, we'll probably have. I like, it took them a year to get a Pokemon Go episode, so I'm waiting for the Fidget Spinners episode. I'm predicting that's going to happen.
I knew you were going to go that route.
I'm predicting it's going to happen.
Everyone's predicting it's going to happen because that's what they do. That's like predicting.
Let me have this.
I don't know.
Let me have this.
No. Did you get me anything at San Diego Comic-Con?
Oh, I was trying to get you the album, but I don't know. I'm just like, you know what, Izzy? I'm just gonna fucking buy it for you. It's like,
it's not available.
I'm gonna fucking find the fucking LP and get you it.
What album?
Oh,
there's a really cool Steven Universe album that just has like 2 songs, Stronger Than You and Made of Love, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the case is Garnet, but the 2 sides are the 2 gems that make up Garnet, and it's really cool and really clever design, and I wanted it for that reason alone.
Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna fucking a fucking shield of.
Oh, should we, before we end it, should we talk about the Kermit thing? Because everyone in the chat.
I don't care about Muppets. Fuck the Muppets.
Okay, it was in your.
Kermit was recast. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Kermit the Frog is gone, Gary.
It was in your topic.
I saw those last 2 Muppet movies. They were fucking boring as balls. I hated them.
Hey,
I didn't grow up on
Muppets was good.
I didn't grow
the
up.
first one with Jason Segel was amazing.
Yeah, that one was good. The second one,
I didn't grow up on Muppets, so I was like,
There's so much cool shit we could have been talking about besides the Emoji Movie. Like, what about Close Enough?
Yours.
Oh yeah, Close Enough. That looks awesome. I'm excited.
Oh yeah. So
that's Close Enough.
Okay, that's the J.G. Quintel's new show, the creator of Regular Show. It's gonna be it's not gonna be a 15-minute. It's gonna be a full 30-minute TV show about J.G. Quintel his self-insert being a 20-something, early 30-something family man, barely having a baby and trying to figure out how to take care of kids. Basically like Baby Blues or Jim's Life.
Well, I yeah. No, actually, what I really like about Regular Show is, even though the character designs wouldn't age, you could tell the relationship of Mordecai and Rigby and how the relationship would change from season 1 to season 7 or whatever. And like, what I like about this is it's like J.G. Quintel, that felt autobiographical. This, I don't know if he has kids or anything, but this feels more autobiographical. But my only thing with that show is I hope that their kid ages much like what would happen with Regular Show, like them just naturally kind of, you could tell they'd been there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if they age the kid each season, then it could be a really cool show. Because he's really good at doing those like close to life. Because I felt regular shows really relatable, and I was like, oh cool, now that, because regular show ended right before my daughter was born, so it felt very like fitting that ends and now his new show he has a kid. For me, it's like a real connection to him as a creator. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's actually really sweet, Jim.
Oh, thank you.
And like babies wear diapers. JT Quintel loves diapers. It's just like poetry. It's sort of, they rhyme.
Oh god damn! Forgot about that.
He does? I didn't know that.
Every
allegedly.
Every show he's worked on has had a diaper episode. Like with Camp Laszlo wore a diaper. In regular show, Mordecai wore a diaper.
Did they have it in Flapjack? Because he was pretty big.
There has to have been.
Well, Flapjack was so weird. I'm sure it did. It's just, I'm just gonna say it did, even if it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Odds are.
Possibly. Yeah. But, I'm excited for that new show. It's also a Cartoon Network production, because I'm pretty sure they're recycling much of their artists that were on regular show, and like, hey, let's just go over here and make this show for TBS, which TBS is making they have 4 new cartoons. Well, they have American Dad, because
I think they want to just develop their own things, because they don't own, like I was saying before, they don't own Big Bang Theory, but that's actually how they get a lot of their ratings. So they probably want to develop their own cartoons and own shit.
Is this the end of the podcast? Unless someone has...
I feel like we could probably answer a couple more questions real quick, man.
Let's see. People in the chat just ask something.
One more question.
Yeah,
one more question, and then I'm fucking off to go buy chips.
Yeah.
I like that.
Let's see if anyone...
What kind of chips? That's my question.
Either spicy Pringles or Tostitos, so I can finish off the queso that's in my fridge.
Ooh,
well, that was the question. Goodbye, guys.
Teleweb.
Oh, we got the question. Okay, bye, guys.
Teleweb Cartoon says, what animated feature did you see and thought it was okay, despite it being critically negative? My pick is the Top Cat movie. That's what they say.
Huh. I don't know. Like critically panned, basically?
I guess like a hated animated movie that you kind of thought was okay or good. I kind of feel like the Control-Alt-Delete cartoons are okay. Oh, well, they're pretty fucking awful, but I see potential in them. Like, wow, this could have been done a lot better.
Oh, Cars 2. Cars 2's genius.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. I don't know.
I'm glad we wasted the last question.
Yeah. Anything else? Are you guys gonna make some racist character says Epic Toaster? Fuck it, I don't care. Hey, goodbye, every pony. I'm Pan Pizza. Who are you people?
Wait, what the fuck was that?
I don't know.
I was Jim. Play us out, Stephanie, Emily, whatever.
Me and Nolan still have to say our names.
Shut the fuck
up.
Wait,
are you hold on? Are you gonna do a Linkin Park song because that guy died? You should.
No.
That guy.
Rude.
No.
Rude.
What? I wasn't. Not as a joke.
That's too soon, Jim. That's in poor taste.
Actually, that would be a really good tribute. That would have been really clever.
What the fuck, Jim?
All right, guys.
Bye, every pony, you fucking assholes.